Morning. Give me a minute. Put some people in this spot. So I got to go to training today. Hold on.
All right, you all, I'm back. I am so sorry. I got a phone call. So my other half is working out of town. So um, he was just calling me to let me know how he was doing and how things are going. So yeah, now he's actually in Massachusetts. I mean, isn't that something? So yeah, but he was calling to see how I was doing. It's so good loving somebody and somebody loves you back. So anyway, you all, but I'm camped up today because this is a few content creators cam up these days. They I guess want to be an avatar. I guess it's shame how they look. But I said, let me go ahead and cam on up today. Y'all see these titties, whatever. So get the shot, get whatever you need to. I actually saw the cartoon with the Sour Patch Kids. That thing was funny. So I think they got me without the beard and these glasses, as a matter of fact. But whoever did that, that was really funny on today. So yeah. Um, so let's talk about last night. Top of the morning. Let me say hello to everybody. First of all, let me say hello to Jewel, Dre Day. What's up, Dre Day? What's up, Giggle Bunny? What's up, Callie? I hope you all are doing well on today. I just wanted to say hello to everybody. So let me tell you what happened yesterday. You all, the news cycle in the beef sector, it's cyclical. It comes back, then it goes down. It comes back, it goes down. It's the beef sector. Um, and so, I was just chilling, and all of a sudden, Brian came on because Yolanda came on. Now, Yolanda came on to inform me that that person who was trying to troll was Tommy. And she found out it was Tommy. She said Tommy has a new page. She was really sure. She was very certain it was Tommy. So I don't know, don't care. But she was on. And she did mention that Tommy was on Brian's page last. Now, I'm trying to be real cool because I don't have a problem with Brian. So I'm like, well, Yolanda, at the end of the day, he may have been on Brian's page last with Castro, but he's a grown man. He has to make his own decision. And so she went on and then she talked about how his dad has paid that bill, but he's still on YouTube. Just regular stuff. And Yolanda is going to um, mess with Tommy until she sees Jesus because it's up and stuck with her and Tommy. So Divas O came on. Shout out to Divas O. And then Brian came on. So now Brian was trying to be very calm. Brian was trying to use emotional intelligence until Miss Yolanda went left. Now, Miss Yolanda, I'm gonna tell you, you were cussing the man out. He was trying to be nice. I felt that it was going. I thought it was going to escalate, but he was working in levels and layers. He was working in levels and layers. Baby, Miss Yolanda didn't work in no layers and no levels. She shot right to the point. And then all of a sudden, Brian went off. Now, let me tell y'all something. I ain't saying that. I just put my mic on mute and I just let them go at it. I just let them go at it because I was coming home, and when I got home, they were still fighting. Baby, now let me tell you what I was doing. So one point they was fighting. I was putting the garbage can back in the garage, okay, because it was garbage day on Wednesday. So I was putting the garbage can back in the garage. I wasn't even near the car. And then I was bringing some groceries and some stuff in. So, I was busy stocking things away. They still fighting. And then I would occasionally get to the mic to say something. But, baby, I let them girls go. Look. It is what it is. He said some really crazy stuff. She said some crazy stuff. People was trying to get me wrapped all in, talking about somebody called somebody a yag, but yet they daughter is a their granddaughter's a lesbian. Maybe I stay right on out of it. I'm like, I don't, nope, nope, not today. Now, I did agree with Brian when he was talking about that tub, because had I seen Brian's tub, and baby, and if it was ganged up, I would have had something to say about it. No lie. But I didn't see his tub. Yolanda swear she saw his tub. Hey, I didn't see it. Because if I would have, because we can see any little thing in the B sector. And maybe we own it. Okay? Maybe people can see titties. Or they can see titties and they can get your whole diagnosis. Maybe we can see anything. Okay, you can be at a Walmart but get your wallet, and then people think you're on an app. Baby, these girls' imagination is really creative. So it is what it is. So, but I didn't get into it. I don't have a problem with Javon. I don't have a problem with Brian. I don't have a problem with Deepest O. I was doing other things. I'm sorry, and I was occupied. I was occupado. So, but then Brian snapped off on Deepest O. It was a mess. It was a mess. And they argued for about at least 3 hours. So I just let them do it. Yolanda said he has, um, Yolanda said her married boyfriend stole her. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Okay, I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about no sex toy and somebody stealing it. Hey, I don't know nothing about that. Hey, what's going on? No, she was talking about someone else. Oh, okay. Okay then. Please, please, please. I don't know nothing about nobody, boyfriend, husband, stealing something. I mean, the lie was what it was. And I mean, sometimes you can actually get in and intervene and try to uh, mediate the situation. Other times you can't. It is what it is. Other times you can't. So this is a time I could not, to be honest. So yeah, y'all, I hate driving to Austin. I'm gonna tell you, I hate driving to Austin. Not only is San Antonio having major road construction, but so is damn Austin. And Austin ain't nothing but a 3-lane highway, and it's just a mess. I wish they would have had this training somewhere else, but I got to go to Austin. And I really don't like her that much. I really don't. Her traffic is bad. She's a little bougie. Is that MB? If that's MB, hello MB. Girl, I have not seen you in a good minute. How you doing? So you all, like I said, I decided to come on cam today. I'm sure people will take pictures and have things to say. But my thing is, you can't say nothing about me if you're hiding behind an avatar all the time. And since I don't have a body image problem, it is what it is. Some people have those problems. So, but y'all, what else is going on besides this crazy stuff? I like I said, I don't watch the Lemonaires and the Sourpuss and all of those people, but I hope they're having a good time. It's entertainment. It is what it is. This apparatus is entertainment. So, yeah. But let me say this though. There are some people who are coming off like Lil Nas X on YouTube, and they are crashing and burning right before our eyes. Do not let this application, do not let this apparatus run your life. Again, I come up here because I'm going on a training. It's easy. It's easy money. I do not. Now, I may be on during lunch today because it's training. And since it's training, I'm not going to the gym. But best believe I'm going to the gym tomorrow. So, yeah. Okay. You've been traveling, MB. That's what you should do. Have you been traveling with the other half? Have y'all done everything y'all needed to do? Is everything kind of official, if you know what I mean? So shout out to MB. Awesome. Oh my God, that is awesome, MB. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. So y'all, this is MB. She is a usher. MB and I actually met in my hometown, and MB came. You know, now MB and I actually went where the former trailer park was. MB actually saw my childhood home. She met some of my family members, and again, nobody ain't struggling, and the family is doing well. And we had a good time. So I really respect MB. Her other half is very professional, much in love with her, and I met them on the cruise, and Haitian Princess and her husband, and Scott. They are beautiful, beautiful people. So shout out to MB. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself and continue to enjoy yourself because everybody ain't hood and ratchet on this application. There are some people who just enjoy the entertainment aspects of it, and so shout out to MB. So y'all see the beard is growing back. It's slowly but surely growing back. So I'm not gonna be barefaced for long. So yeah, oh this sun is sunning today. So anyway, you all, so yeah, Brian and Yolanda was on. They was fighting. Um, Yolanda went from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, and Brian followed her shortly after. So it is what it is. Brother Jay, have you lost more weight? Your face looks slim. Yeah, I am, baby. I'm in that gym. That trizepatide, whatever they call it is, whatever, zep whatever they call it, it's got me together, and I'm feeling really good. Yeah. So I am. Me and Catherine Powell are about at the same weight. So Catherine, I weighed myself here. I'm still at 214. So hopefully we'll change that to 213 tonight. So y'all pray for me. But me and Catherine, it's really funny. Me and Catherine are at the same weight. So my goal is 180. I don't know what Catherine's goal is, but mine is 180. So right now I'm at 214, and you know, so so it's good. So me and Catherine are each other's accountability partners. So shout out to Catherine Powell. Pastor, who was that older woman? That was Yolanda, I believe. I think you're talking about Yolanda. I think you're talking about Yolanda. So, if I'm not mistaken. So, let me see what y'all. When Brian said she was shaped like a baby, yeah, Lord. I heard all of it. I heard all of it. Trust me, I heard all of it. Oh my God, y'all, this sun is sunning. So forgive me if I look like I'm in the witness protection program. It's just the sun. Thank you, MB. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I am back doing what I need to do. Like I said, I'm going to take a break today because I have training. But I will be back on my exercise kick on Friday, and then I take the weekends off, and then I'll be back on it on Monday. So, yeah. So I take the weekends off, and I try to work out during the weekday, during my lunch period. So I want to give a shout out to MB, to Dr. LaShawn Roos Brown, Simply Peaking Green, Rena T, Ebony 757, Reason is Keith, Vivian Jennings, Uncle Clyde, Game Tight. Give a shout out to Ron P, Victoria, Shawnee XOXO. Like I said, MB is here. So give a shout out to all of the Urshas, because baby, they do it. They do it. They do it. And again, we don't have no meetings, and I don't be telling them to XYZ and meet me on. No, they just show up, and I just appreciate them. I appreciate Ebony 757. Baby, Ebony, you know I gotta see you when I get to Virginia. So shout out to Ebony 757. Shout out to Honest Row. I'll probably see Honest Row at the games. And if Lolo okay, I don't know, depending on how Lolo feeling. I might see Lolo. And Rennie TV. I probably see Rennie TV. But baby, I don't know. It depends on how Lolo feeling. So, you know. But I'm excited about our season. As you all know, Michael Vick is going to be the head coach. He is the head coach at Norfolk State. And their first game, I think it's going to be this weekend. They're going to play Towson State University. So that's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully we have some wins. And shout out to the Spartan Legion. Y'all looking really good. I don't know who that media team is, but maybe the media team is doing the thing. So shout out to Norfolk State. ESPN is going to either be there today or tomorrow. So Stephen Smith is going to be heading to Norfolk State. So hopefully our university gets some publicity and things happen. So that's my hope. The lady had a leopard. Oh Lord Jesus, Pastor and Alf. Is Alf okay? Why is always allowing guys with SAT? Let me say this, well, I haven't really watched that content creator. I really haven't. I can't tell you. You all, to be honest, if it doesn't interest me, I don't want to go see it. I really don't. And it's really funny because if it's not of interest, then I don't really talk about it. What's up, 420? So I don't really talk about it if it's not of interest to me. And a lot of this stuff is not of interest. I mean, it's not interesting. I'm just looking at some things that's going on. Like I mentioned earlier yesterday, give a shout out to the people of Iowa for electing a Democrat in a Republican district. I can see why Texas is shaken and really upset. But let me tell you something what I think is going to happen with this redistricting. I think people are so upset with the state of our country. I think people are upset with these grocery prices being extremely high. I think people are upset with the gas prices. People are upset with this immigration situation. People are upset about this Epstein file. People are upset about these tariffs, which if you have anything that's coming in over $100, you're going to have to pay a regular tax on it. So you better get your stuff in today. I don't know how they're going to determine if it's a gift or not, but you better get it in today. And I just think people are not satisfied with the economy. This man is firing everybody. He's putting in incompetent people. And now folk are really upset. And I think even in these red districts, they're going to vote Democrat because Trump has made such a big mess of the economy. Farmers are losing farms. Workers are being laid off. People are like, no, we don't need this. So I think it's interesting. Um, the lemon guy disrespects. Well, let me say this. Let me say this. He only does that because they allow him to do that. And if you allow people to do that, they will continue to do that. And the sad part is you can't help it. It is what it is. Um, so I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, and I guess the women like it. I guess he has a strong following because they continue to go over there. And so it's really funny that they always try to say that the same gender loving men get abused over here and don't. No, I don't. They have a topic. They usually bring a topic. I usually bring an opinion. The opinion is not always in accordance to what they want, and then it becomes friction, and we have those disagreements. I mean, point blank, All right, you all. I am back. I am just getting into the Austin city limits, and you all, it's very rural still in some areas. So some areas doesn't they don't have really good coverage, and it's the same way in San Antonio. So it's the same way in Austin. So I said that. Let me. What is going on with Streamyard where they don't have labels on stuff anymore? They don't have labels on anything anymore. You got to kind of know your symbols and how to push. Are they having a layoff? Okay. Are they having people laid off who put the words and the labels on StreamYard? What's going on, StreamYard? But anyway, so again, I don't watch those people. Thank you, Coffee Beans. You know, I'm feeling great. Not to say I wasn't feeling great before, but now that I know what my workload is like, I um, I can go to the gym during my lunch hours, which that's what I'm doing, and focusing in on health and wellness. So it is what it is. I am older. I am at the beginning of being a senior citizen, and I'm 55 and enjoying life. Um, I look at my 87-year-old father who is alive and kicking and thriving and driving and doing well, and so I'm like, well, hell, if he never went to the gym in his life, and I'm like, well, look, let me go ahead and capitalize on them genes and do what I gotta do. So that's where I am. And my thing is, now that I have that kickoff to not have food noises, now I'm at the gym doing my thing. So I appreciate you. Thank you, Coffee Beans, for that. I'm taking off from work and studies today. Black female news anchor in my area just passed away. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry to hear about that, Fridge Nat. Yeah, you gotta do it. Let me say this: when you get older, you really want to have that weight off because it could cause a problem when you're older. So my thing is, do what you gotta do. But Spiritual, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, sorry to hear about that. So yeah, I don't watch Lemon. I keep hearing that he's disrespecting women. They said he disrespected Sour Patch and the other content creators on there. But it is what it is. If that's what they like, it is what it is. I really don't know what to say in those situations. That's how people. That's what people want, I guess. And I don't blame Lemon because that's what his audience wants. They're okay with that. I don't find it funny or amusing, and I don't want to talk about how he disrespects women all the time. And you know, I just don't watch it. And if I don't like the content, I just don't go over. And I tell people the same. I may not be your cup of coffee or your cup of tea. Move on. Do what you got to do. I try to be balanced. I try to be in the YouTube beef sector mess because that's what people want. But then on the other hand, I am looking at world events that are really shaping our lives right now. And so, I'm going to talk about those things. Now, I haven't really been following the Tamar Braxton thing or the David Taylor thing. David Taylor is a pastor. And can I say this, you all? I don't do televangelists. I don't do them anymore. I would rather deal with people who are academic in their way of looking at scriptures, people who have a hunger to look at scriptures in context and be honest and realistic with people, to go against this groupthink and think for themselves with scholarly research, that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. So David Taylor has been scamming people $50 million. The FBI now is investigating him. I'm really not interested in that either because, again, I knew this. You know, people can see how he talks to people, but that's what people like. And if they do that in church, you know they'll do that in their real life or even virtually. You know, there are some virtual cults. It is what it is. But what's going on with the Tamar Braxton thing? Because I heard Funky Geneva and Tamar Braxton is at they're kind of bumping heads. So I'm really not into that. I might have to look into that. But let me see what you all are saying. Y'all wonder what happened to my girl Tamar. That's what I'm hearing. But then people are saying that it's a setup, it's a plot. No, Pastor, it was a fight amongst the ladies last night at Lemon. Oh my God, what are they fighting for? Lemon's brand of entertainment doesn't appeal to me. I think average viewers of Lemon IQ is about 75. Lord have mercy. Oh, so the women were fighting. Okay, well, if they want to fight, they're saying that right before Tamar was found in a pool of blood with missing teeth with Yandy's husband. Also, they think somebody might have assaulted her. David Taylor was arrested yesterday along with other people who was working with them. Yeah, they was getting money. I heard Tamar is a big liar. Well, Funky Dineva is talking about her. I am not too sure about the whole story, but you know, people try to stay in the news. People try to stay in the news cycle, and that may be it. But I don't know what's going on with her. Again, that's not a big thing, but you know, yeah, it's a lot going on. I'll have to catch up with that, but yeah, it was a stunt for an album or something. Well, that ain't a good stunt. You know, can I say something? When people do things like that, when something really serious happens, no one believes them because they're always doing that, and people don't know if not. You know, with the Castro and Tommy thing, we didn't know if they were faking or not. I mean, you just didn't until stuff got really serious, but we didn't know. And so my thing is, when you continue to do stuff like that, that's what happens. So yeah, coffee beans. I love when Tamar was with the attorney. Okay, yeah, I thought that was a terrible idea. And now you all, unfortunately, things are happening. Um, y'all, sometimes you want to feel sorry for people, and sometimes you want to have empathy for individuals, but it's hard to have empathy for individuals when they don't listen. It's hard to have empathy for individuals who are always trying to be on their attack, but really won't take accountability for themselves. What can you do? Um, yeah, yeah. Don't play those kind of games on YouTube. Don't play those kind of games on YouTube because again, when it's time, if something really happens, then we don't know if you're telling the truth or not. Let me tell you something. Now, I have been sarcastic in areas like again when they tried to destroy me or however you want to say it. I came on and I pretended to cry. It was tongue in cheek. It was definitely not because again I was fine. But let me say this: If I were really struggling and suffering, you would know it. You would know it. I don't play around with that kind of stuff because when you really need help or when really something really goes off, then people don't know if you are telling the truth or not. And this is why I tell people, be careful with that because you don't know. So Sister Tracy was 50 when she passed away a few years ago. Tamar is about 48. I think she is really, and mortality may be heavily on her mind now. Funky was upset because people think, thing was. So does Funky think it's a publicity stunt? Did you know, I noticed that Tony don't, it seems like Tony doesn't deal with her sisters like that much either. And then their mama, yeah, it's a lot of manipulation. It's a lot of things going on. And this is what happened when money gets in the way of your family. And this is what happens when somebody is chosen to be in the spotlight, but you think you should be in the spotlight. It's a lot. Funk was upset because people think or will think he was included. So they think he was included on the publicity stunt. Okay. Yeah, they play too many games. And again, you all, the same thing that people do on YouTube, the same thing that people do in the beef sector, they do it in Hollywood. They do it. They get these storylines, but you just got to be careful with that. So, but like I said, I don't really know Tamar. I remember Tamar in Big Brother and her winning it. I remember that. I know she has a few songs out. And I don't hate her or like her. I just think that, you got to watch these publicity stunts. You don't see Tony doing that. If Toni Braxton says she broke, I believe Toni Braxton is broke. Tony just doesn't do that. And it's just funny that these two sisters are just way different in their approach. Way different in their approach. So, yeah. But like I said, everybody is different. Okay, y'all, I'm in the city of Austin, and the traffic is just terrible. Just terrible. So in Austin, if you got to be somewhere at 10 o'clock, okay, and you got to leave at least at 8. You got to leave at least at 8. So yeah, you all. Funkin' and Eva said it was a publicity stunt. Well, you know what? Y'all can't be playing like that. But like I said, it'll come out in the end. I see they're getting ready to charge Lil Nas X $75,000 for bond. So that's going to be interesting. Thank you, Coffee Beans. Pastor, there is a list of states and dates ranking. And Florida shouldn't have a lot of dental issues. But anyway, yeah. Take care of your teeth. Take care of your teeth, baby. Please take care of your teeth. Take care of your teeth. And the sad part about it is Louisiana and Kentucky, they're losing the most hospitals from this Medicaid stuff. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to be real. I think this is going to happen in every state, in every city. And this is just a theory. This is not concrete fact. This is just a hypothesis. This is just an educated guess. I believe that any neighborhood that is low wealth, underserved population, I believe their hospitals are going to close, even in urban areas, because most of those hospitals are surviving by Medicaid and Medicare. And I believe we're going to see major metropolitan hospitals in underserved areas. There are areas that serve black and brown people or poor white people, low wealth. I believe their hospitals are going to close. I just see it, I mean, because if they're getting majority of their money by Medicaid and Medicare, it's been cut. And I just think that you're going to have hospitals in wealthy areas and in low wealth areas. They're going to have to travel more. They're not going to have those neighborhood hospitals. Blanket Aniva said that Tamar called him that night after the party for Dr. Heavenly's phone number. So you trying to say that Funky Aniva said she knew she was going to get her teeth knocked out, so she wanted Heavenly's phone number so Heavenly can fix her teeth back? Is that what's going on? Yeah, low wealth is definitely under attack. Poor people are wrong for being poor. Poor people are wrong for being poor. That's what we're saying. And this is why I tell people who have low wealth to go back to school, learn a trade, do something that can, because baby, people, not only low wealth, but people who have average wealth, middle class, lower, upper, middle class, they're being under attack. I mean, for sure. It's the 1% that is elevated. What's up, Catherine Powell? Catherine, I'm at, girl, I'm still at 214. So hopefully it'll go on down to 213, Catherine. Hopefully it'll go down. But no, I mean, seriously, you all, it's people who, if you're not part of that 1%, they're not doing anything for you. They're not doing anything for you if you're at the 1%. I mean, if you're not at 1%, they're not doing anything for you. I mean, you can get taxed. You don't have to pay taxes on tips, but there is a workaround where you only limit of how many hours you can work to get the tips. I mean, everything has a workaround with the Trump administration when it comes to people of low wealth. And that's the real. So, yeah. Section 8, slashed. Medicare, Medicaid, slashed. If you are fortunate enough to keep your SNAP benefits, you can't get a birthday cake. You can't get nothing that they deem unhealthy. Now, I believe children should be able to have a little snack or two. And I'm going to say this. I don't think it's up to us to be in people's refrigerator. I think that we should provide, education of what could happen. Because let me say this too. People always want people to eat healthy food, but because healthy now is in style, it's expensive. People don't understand it is expensive to eat healthy. And like I said, unless you're going to a farmer's market that accepts SNAP and all of that stuff, yeah. And my thing is, if you a working mama and you don't have a whole lot of time to cook, well, the value meals are going to be where you go. So it's sad that processed food is dirt cheap, but healthy food now is extremely expensive. Now, I do think it needs to be a balance, but I do think it needs to be education around it. And I do believe that we need to look at the prices of the food that we're trying to get people to cook. I think some of these people need to go to financial literacy courses. I think people need to do something. I think it needs to be an education component to getting these benefits. And I think people really need to learn that these benefits are temporary if you are able-bodied. The people who should be getting these benefits are people who are elderly and those people who may not be able to work, period. You know, in the suburbs, they have 3 hospitals for all those towns. You know, Bryn Mawr's going to keep their hospitals, baby, because that's wealth. Wealth is going to keep their hospitals because wealth is not on Medicaid and Medicare. But I tell you what, Chester, Pennsylvania, their hospital will close. I don't know why I call Chester, Pennsylvania out, but their hospital will close. I heard that Weiss has already closed. It's a hospital in Philadelphia. I think it's called Weiss, and they said they closed it because it's in the hood. Can somebody confirm that? But they said Weiss Hospital, which is in a low wealth area in Pennsylvania, close to Philadelphia, is closing. So, yeah, it's a lot going on out there. I do think it needs to be some educational components around this, you know, how these foods and these processed foods affect your bodies. And I think, you know, but at the end of the day, the people they're going to have to make the choice. Because we want people to eat these healthy foods that are affordable. You know, now there's some foods that are affordable because they're not in style yet. But some of these foods now, they're out of reach. Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, I think we got to balance that thing out. No, and you know what? And that's the thing. I don't think the government wants to educate people either. The government wants people who do not think. They want people to get along and go along. Can I say this, you all? This administration wants, I don't know why, but people act like nothing is happening. They're acting like nothing is going on in our country. I'm like, there are mass layoffs. Kroger just laid off 6,000 people. Microsoft, they have a car manufacturing plant. They are laying off. IT used to be, you will keep a job. Not anymore, because AI is doing a lot of the jobs of the coders. It's funny because the coders actually made this technology, and the technology that they made is now making them unemployed. We are acting like these food prices are not high. We are acting like everything is okay. And I'm just surprised because everything is not okay. And I'm being real about that. Now that the states have education, they're laying off teachers. They're trying to give. Now, y'all, let me tell you something. We just had this big natural disaster in Texas, about 45 minutes northwest of where I live. And now they're trying to make FEMA go to the states. How is the states going to pay for FEMA where they can't even pay for their own schools? So now Trump is trying to throw everything out on the states. And so if your state is not a well-balanced state, you could get nothing in a disaster. And see this state rights thing, people are going to understand that if your state is not a balanced state, if you don't have industry, you are screwed. You are screwed. And now people are they're gonna find out why the federal government takes care of a lot of things. Because once you start giving things to the state, you're asking for trouble. And this is what's happening. States' rights, states' rights, states' rights. No, it don't work like that. Let me see what y'all saying. Pastor, my good goddaughter is a RN and works in the emergency room. they've been sending her home early, only working 11 to, and said, wow, wow. I don't understand how people just sit up all day intoxicated. The enemy wants us to be. Let me say this. Let me say this again. It's not because I think I'm better than somebody. You think you're better than them? No, no. I understand why the ancestors valued education. I understand why the ancestors would risk their lives to know how to read. I understand why Fannie Lou Hamer and all of those people fought for the vote. And we don't see history repeating itself. We don't see it repeating itself now with these laws. I mean, you all, let me tell you something. What's happening to those Mexicans and those Indian people or whatever, people breaking their windows and taking them without identifying themselves, baby, if it's happening to them, get ready because it's going to happen to us. Mark my words, because those people are just a test run of what we're going to be able to push with other people. You watch. This is why I said, let me get my ID. Now, I didn't have my wallet and I didn't have my driver's license, but you damn sure well believe I have my passport. Because you may not even go home now and get your ID. They may send you to Guatemala because you don't have ID. And it's not far-fetched, people. There have been people who look like an immigrant, whatever that looks like, because you know it's stereotypical, right? And they have been arrested with no due process. And this is why due process is so important. It doesn't matter if you are a citizen or not. If you step foot in the United States, you have due process, whether you're going to stay in this country or not. And when you deny people their due process, then you're just, yeah. And we don't get that. That's a big thing, you all. I don't know. Some people can't afford these tickets. I'm going to tell you what, my homecoming ticket is $45. And if you wait to the gate, it's going to be $50. And if you got a reserve seat, it's, how much is reserve seats? The reserve seats are $70. I think it'll be $75. That's a ticket. And this ain't like it's a SEC program. Maybe this is a Division One, on the lower end. But yeah, I'm reading y'all the comments. Maybe that nursing field is something else. Now let me say this again, you all. I'm looking at y'all comments here. Yeah. I don't have a problem with the beef sector banter back and forth. But we are in a serious time. We are in a critical time right now. We are in a critical time right now. The courts are partisan. Donald Trump is getting rid of Fed chairs, which are not political. They keep the country afloat. He doesn't like the job numbers. He wants to fire people. And he is really bringing instability to our country, so people will not believe in politics and those things anymore. I mean, it's already bad, but he's making something bad worse. And the sad part about it is a lot of people who are going to be adversely affected are on these YouTube B sector streets. When I see people homeless, begging for an electric bike, SNAP benefits being cut, living in rent stabilized housing on the system, I get a little nervous because you can say you think you're better than anybody. No. I see what's getting ready to happen. I see what's getting ready to happen. I see what's getting ready to happen. Now let me take this to a biblical context. Let me take this to a biblical context. When the Babylonians conquered Israel, they took the smartest and the brightest. This is why you have Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. This is why you have, the man who rebuilt the wall. Because people take the people who are the best and the brightest. If you try to get in Canada, if you have skills that can benefit the Canadian population and society, you have a better chance getting in Canada. All I'm saying is make yourself valuable. You may not be a professor. You may not be a computer engineer, but you may be a forklift operator. You may know how to weld. I'm just saying, you all. Be valuable. Know how to build something. And let me tell y'all something, too. I went into the QT, yes, our QT, and baby, they got robots mopping the floor. They got robots mopping the floor. Okay, the robots mopping the floor. And all that robot does is over and over and over. And that robot can mop that floor 24/7, not need a cigarette break, not need a break, ain't getting paid for it. The robot don't be calling in sick. The robot don't be stealing food and chewing gum. You see where I'm going with this? You better make yourself valuable in doing something. Let me tell you, even the building industry. Now, right now, the building industry is hurting because they don't have the construction workers because of the immigration situation. And so it's putting builders at risk. But you better believe Lennar in Austin, the city that I am going to today for this training, baby, they have a whole community that a 3D printer built these new houses. The only thing that they needed people to do was build and put the roof on. Do you hear me? So I'm telling you all, these people don't care about folks. They care about this money. They care about this money. AI is eliminating models and actresses. These little cartoons people doing with AI, oh, it's one content creator, they got AI so down packed that people don't know if it's AI or if it's a real person. So I'm just letting you all know. Now, also, let me tell y'all what's going on in Austin. Because Austin is a critical city, at least in Texas. I guarantee you, I'm going to see no less than 15 self-driving cars in Austin. Because for some reason, in Austin, they have self-driving cars. Baby, you can get an Uber self-driving car in Austin. And that's already telling me that it's getting ready to happen. And the sad part about it is I saw 2 already in San Antonio. So they getting ready to scoop these Uber drivers out. They don't care about your unions lifting Uber. They don't care. The Uber drivers. They don't care about your union. Uber drivers, Lyft drivers. They don't care about your union. Truck drivers. Let me tell y'all something. You better get your CDL and you better use it really good because in a few years, baby, it ain't gonna be no truck drivers. It's gonna be a lot of self-driving vehicles, and they gonna kick y'all right on out. I'm just being real. Baby, I don't even know. See, y'all talking about Octavia? Look, I don't even know. I didn't even know Octavius. Is he still doing stuff? I mean, let me tell y'all something. Can I tell y'all about this YouTube B sector and YouTube period? Let me you all. YouTube don't give a damn about y'all. See, this is what I get. People sometimes, Jay, you just so insensitive to people. And look, I come to do my show. I come to get paid, and I leave. YouTube don't give a damn about y'all. I forgot all about Octavius. I had to ask somebody about Dolphy. Baby, just because you drop off of YouTube, folks don't even remember you. See, this is what I keep on telling people. It ain't no queens and kings in YouTube. You're good as long as you're here. But once you go, baby, these people don't remember your name. They don't care about you. I hate to say that, but somebody just mentioned Octavius. And I'm like, oh, yeah. You see what I'm saying? People don't give a damn. You hear me? I'm just being real. So, again, I'm not getting emotionally involved with people. I'm not getting emotionally involved in. Okay, now I've met MB, I've met Haitian prisoners, I've met people, and oh my God, they're beautiful people. But y'all gotta realize that you're just as good as your next video. I forgot all about Octavius, and I ain't being shady. It's some of these content creators, when I start hearing my name and they mentioning me, I'm like, I don't even mention them. I forgot that they were even on. This is what I say. These people will have you doing all of this crazy stuff. And this is what I learned early from YouTube. Maybe they have you doing all this stuff, and the next thing you know, boom, you gone. And then you gone, they don't care. And they'll move right along with the tide. This B sector YouTube apparatus is loyal to no one. You'll be here today, gone tomorrow. Enjoy it while you can. Okay? You ain't all of that. I ain't all of that. If I leave for a long period of time, people forget me. See, this is what I want you all to understand. Girl, you ain't that special. Y'all ain't that deep. All of these self-proclaimed kings and queens. Baby, you leave here for a little bit and see what YouTube B-Sec gonna do for you. Forget you. I come on because, again, while I have a following, while I have people who will listen, I'm going to be on. It's not a bad gig. But don't you ever think, and don't you ever get twisted, that people will forget you. Because they will. They will. How many people have been in the B sector and they were riding high and now you don't even know their name or you don't even think about them? Because that's how YouTube is. Ain't no king and no queen or no YouTube. You know, I look at Lemon, and I don't have anything against Lemon. But Lemonade will forget you too. they will forget you too. Ain't nobody immune. Ain't nobody exempt, including me. So I just want to be real with you all. There's no jealousy. This is why I don't go back and forth and argue with people like that and all of that, because I understand that's what people need. That's what generates people's revenue. But that's it. And people will go right into obscurity. I remember when NAROB was big, and it was a lot of people. And people don't mention them no more. And it's just really funny because y'all mentioned Octavius, and I'm like, wow. I mean, what's that girl named Kiki? Nobody ain't hollering about Kiki no more. Now, when Kiki was on drinking and incoherent, baby, the girls was there for that. Okay, when Octavius went to Washington, D.C. with that sweatsuit on, and baby, the girls was there for that. And we don't like educational things that's going to advance us. We don't like that. But we do like a good train wreck. We do like a good train wreck. And I'm not going to sit here and not talk about a train wreck. We like people going through difficult situations. We love that kind of stuff. We thrive on it. But when you start talking about political things and some things that we need to do as a people and to thrive, we ain't here for it. When we talk about education, we ain't here for it. But again, you do what the market dictates. And it's not only in the beef sector. It's in all the sectors, but, yeah. So, it is what it is. I don't believe Jay was talking about Boo Boo on the tower, but it got too excited. And I bring that up because I knew you all that folk were going to go watch it. As lowbrow as it is, this is what we like. We like that lowbrow stuff. And people went right and watched it. And if you think I wasn't going to capitalize on that, you was wrong, because at the end of the day, it's what the market demands. It's that plain, that simple. And I'm just honest with it, you all. I'm honest with it. I'm just honest with it. Jerry Springer was no dumb man. He was an intelligent man. Jerry Springer was a mayor of Cincinnati for a while. But Jerry Springer said, I'm here to get my money. If these folks want to come up here and do this, we going to let them. It don't have nothing to do with Jerry Springer. Just like Maury. Come on, Maury was married to Connie Chung. But again, that's what the market dictates. And if people are that crazy to come on up here and be the gesture, then it is what it is. And that's the truth. That's why I tell people, no one makes you click on these links. Just like nobody makes you, let me tell you something. People used to go to Maury and all of these shows because they were going to get paid. They were going to get 15 minutes of fame. But these judges, they know who you are, baby. They won't act like this, but they'll allow you to act like that. And you can't say, well, Jay Wilson, no, because every time you watch Judge Mathis and these over-the-top people, it's the same thing. Yep. So it's just on a smaller scale. YouTube is just like your television shows. And the reason why I say that is because we get advertising dollars. It's a business. It's a business. We are subcontracted. We are contracted by Google. It's that simple. Either you can play the game and be smart about it, or you can get mixed up in the game and let this game take you out. I ain't meeting with nobody talking about pulling up. Nope. Nope. Because again, you really miss the point of what the apparatus is about. And that's it. So if those women want to be on Lemons panel and get disrespected as you all say they are, yeah, it's a gold mine. I make nobody do anything. I am being very candid and very honest on today. This is why I'm appalled when people come on there and take folks to their doctor's appointment. Baby, why are you doing that? These people are not your friends. These people are here for a show. These people are not your friends. That's between you and your doctor. But you can't tell people nothing. And then they think they're YouTube famous. I'm like, no, I'm not famous. I'm just consistent. And again, y'all, I always told you, I will always take fortune over fame. I don't care who you are. I don't care about that. Who listen, your number down, so. But my money is constant. See, that thing is about that. I'm more concerned about my coin. And the coin is in, baby, you can have 1,500 people every night. And I can just pop up with 142 people. Maybe not even that. But if my money coming in, that's all that matters. I'm not chasing after popularity. I'm not chasing for no. That's it. So those are my words, you all. But people don't get it. You know, Sean Bradley's name will get thrown up every once in a while, but maybe the beef sector keep on moving, whether he here or not. See what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to throw shade. Because if I would leave tomorrow, the beef sector will still be here in some form or fashion. Just be grateful that you have benefited from it and it has blessed you. But you ain't the king and queen of this sector. This sector runs itself. By the way, the tallest building in Texas now is the Waterline in Austin, Texas. It is the tallest building in Texas. It just beat out J.P. Chase Morgan in Houston. So the tallest building is in, let me show y'all. So let me show y'all why we're here. So they're just building it. Y'all see that? So this is downtown Austin. And that building right there, can y'all see it? That is the tallest building in the state of Texas now. And you can see that they're still building it. Now, it is rumored that Elon Musk is supposed to take that top floor. So, yeah. But that is now the tallest building in Texas, the Waterline. So, yep. It don't look really tall, but it is the tallest building in Texas. Did y'all see that? Did y'all get a glimpse of it? If you saw it, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, I just want to make sure y'all saw it. Austin did not look like this when I moved here. Austin is just totally changed. And it's so expensive. It is so expensive. Oh, that's your hometown, Mighty Isis? Okay. Baby, Austin is so expensive now. And this traffic has been moving like this for a while. I hate doing training here. I hate doing training in Austin. Oh, my God, I hate it. But, yeah, so that is now the tallest building in Texas. They finished all of the beams that topped out maybe a week ago. So now it's going to be completed in early 2026. But they have it all together. It's looking good. But, yeah, so Austin is also home of Houston-Tillotson, which is an HBCU. It's a private school, about maybe 2,000 students. So, yeah. But it's funny because the school used to be in historic Black Austin, which is now it's been gentrified. So hopefully the school will probably be the only Black thing, with the exception of a few Black churches that they don't sell in Austin. So who is James Evans? Who is James Evans? Oh, Indeed has laid off too, y'all. Now, isn't that something? The people who get you jobs, they laying off. Indeed is actually based here in Austin as well. So you have Oracle. You got a lot of companies, Google, a lot of companies based in Austin, and they are laying off. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. I was looking at home prices in Austin. If you live anywhere close to the downtown corridor, a 1,600 square feet home could cost you easily $1.2 million. And this home is not even over 2,000 square feet. I'm just saying. That's pretty expensive. I don't talk. That's another person that I don't look at. I can't tell you about that person because I don't. I don't look at her. I don't even know where to find her page. I don't even look at her. And to me, out of sight is out of mind. So I don't even look at her. So I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. Y'all had a food junkie. I had to make a quick stop. Okay. So anyway, I couldn't tell you. Somebody cut right in front of me. Damn. But anyway, it's all good. Got to be more careful. I actually need to. Okay. So anyway, you all, but no, I don't watch her, so I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you. I'm looking for my exit. I think this is gonna be it right here. All right. This is why your brakes gotta be really good, and they can't be sounding like Mariah Carey. Okay. So honey, your brakes cannot be sounding like Mariah Carey up in this city, baby. Okay, they got to be tight and right. I mean, the man pulled right out in front of me, and so again, you gotta be alert. 'Cause baby, these girls will pull out in front of you, and in a hot minute. Come on, god dang. Well, like I said, y'all, I don't really look at that lady. I don't have anything bad to say. I said what I needed to say. It seems like there was a moment in time where I guess they needed content and they came after me, and I said what I said. Yeah, Catherine, Philadelphia is one of the remaining cities in the Northeast where you can still get a fairly decent home. What's up, pretty Nikki? How you doing? And can I say, you all, I'm not saying that these people are bad people, but I just, you just get to the point where I'm having a conversation with you all. We're having a conversation. It may be about beef sector stuff. It may be about the state of the nation. My show is whatever I feel like talking about. I'm not stressing myself over what I'm going to talk about. I may come on over here and y'all may see me just driving and thinking. I'm just not stressed about what I'm going to talk about. It comes, it happens, it is what it is. And that's how I look at it. So I'm not stressed over content and all of that stuff. And people like, he must not have no content. You could be right, but I'm good. I am good. You just got to know who you are and, enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. So that's what I got to say. And I'm enjoying my time on here. You all are helping me break the monotony as I drive to this training in the city of Austin. Child, Yolanda and Brian was really going at it, baby. They was really going at it. I'm like, ooh, Jesus. It was getting real touch and go. Good, Nikki. Thank you for coming on over. Nikki, I decided to cam up today. So many of our content creators in the B sector don't cam up. Pastor, are they mad All right, you all, I'm back. I actually had to take a phone call. So I apologize for that, but I got a phone call that I had to take. So again, I am back. I'm almost at my destination. So that's it. But other than that, y'all, that's it. I don't have that much. I don't watch the lemon debacle. I mean, the biggest thing, I guess, is Sour Patch and Big Man TV. Yeah, I mean, I can't, that's not appealing to me. Um, Now, I did talk about the Brianna thing, but I'm even done with that because unless something transpires, I just didn't know that. To be honest, I just didn't know that the man had moved in and the cheering was all at the house. I ain't know all that, but I thought it was interesting. I mean, that's all I'm saying. I thought it was interesting. That's about it, and I'm done with that too. Because yeah, now somebody is saying that he's a feeder, meaning that he wants Brianna to stay in her present situation, and I think that's not healthy. But hopefully she's smart enough not to do that because at the end of the day, she needs to be her healthiest self, and she can't be around for him and those kids if she's not around. If you know what I mean. So again, but I don't, and like I said, I don't know what Lemon is talking about. I don't because I'm not over there. I'm just not. Unless somebody says you need to be over there, I'm not over there. And it's no hate, it's no jealousy, it's none of that. But as I explained to him when he was on the platform, it's not my thing. It's not what I do. So yeah. And Krista is on there because y'all. Let me say this: Krista don't love no lemon. Let me say this: she would be crazy to put herself in that position again, where he dogged her out already on his platform. Krista is there for the loaves and the fish, baby. She is not there for the ministry. Can I tell you, Krista is not there for the ministry. Krista is there for the attention. She's there for the people to see her. She's there so people can talk about her. Baby, she ain't there for the loaves and the fish. No, she's not. Absolutely not. Is this my role? No. So she's not there for that. You know, and I just find it highly suspect if she's after that man done dogged her out, talked about her not being able to walk, talking about Mary's funeral and her not going up to that platform. Baby, she is there for the loaves and the fish, baby. She is not there for that ministry. She is not there for that ministry. She's not. And I mean, it's just, yeah, so, people there for many reasons. So it is what it is. Okay, let me find my road. Let me find my road. Okay, people, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I'm more concerned about the people in the back of me. I don't want to take your Range Rover. Slow it down. Yeah, I'm almost at my destination, you all. I actually took a wrong turn. So, but I got that phone call, so I had to pull over and take that phone call. I think I'm where I need to be. Thank you, Jesus. So look, y'all, I'm going off now because I'm at my destination. But thank you all for coming on. I appreciate you all. I may be on during lunchtime because I am not going to the gym today because I'm at a training. So yeah, I may see y'all during lunch. But have a good one, y'all. Be blessed. I'll talk to y'all later on. Bye.